When the earth starts to settle, God throws a stone at it. And believe me, he's winding up.
So, I always like to try and keep an eye on the trends. What's going on? In certain parts of reality that I think are very, very important. And human breeding is necessary for us to exist. We need to have people make more people, right? Do they always have to make 2.5 people to replenish the people? Make more people? Honestly, I don't believe so. God damn. Honestly, I don't believe so. But people need to have people, right? We need to continue to make people. Because if we slow down with making people, then there's less people. Then there's less resources to fight over. There's less ground to fight over, right? There's checks and balance. Nature is balance, right? When things get out of balance, nature corrects itself. I see that this is a possibility of what's going on right now. We might be kind of correcting things, right? Because what we have right now is a bunch of fucking insane women. They're just insane. I don't know what it is. They all have autism. And they all have PTSD. And oh my fucking, the trauma maxing. Holy shit. And they don't fucking care. They're all either on OnlyFans or have fucked 1,000 guys. Not all, but you know, all. There's the married ones. There's the nice girls that got married to, you know, a guy a long time ago, and they've had a couple kids and shit. Like, there's that situation. Met a nice couple today during work. Lady was pregnant. She was like 12 feet tall. She's fucking so tall. And the dude was, you know, shorter than her. And I'm like, You know what I mean? And I was thinking about it, and I'm like, well, you know, I see people with new babies. Yesterday, somebody with a baby. Tuesday, somebody with a baby. Monday, somebody with a baby. Dude, there's always I've always seen people with babies. Little kids, bunches of kids. You know what I'm saying? I go into grandparents' houses and see the grandkid pictures, and you know what I mean? I just kind of take things in and notice everything. And I noticed that there's a lot of people in my area, at least, that are having kids. And I'm like, well, that can't just be here. There's got to be kind of people everywhere that are still just having kids. And as long as people are just having kids, I think it corrects itself. Because there are a lot of crazy fucking women? Cities. They all flock to the cities. They're all in Los Angeles, or San Francisco, or Chicago, or New York, or Detroit, or Seattle, or Portland. Crazy people places, right? And the crazy girls, the bitches that only care about money, and if you're 6'3", in another 10, 20 years, they're going to be 30, 40 years old doing TikToks that used to be the TikTok was, I don't need no man. Don't cook, don't clean. That's why I ain't got no man. Right? Used to be that. And then it turns into, How come there's no men anywhere? No men talk to me. No men want to be around me. I can't get on. I go on a date with a guy. And, we're talking about it, and they always ask me the same fucking question. So what do you do? How do I even answer that? So I told him I was an influencer, and he said, oh, so like OnlyFans? And I was like, well, yeah. And then he went to the bathroom, and I never saw him again. That's the 5th time that's happened to me this month. Because dudes are like, nah, man. I'm not trying to just get taken. Like, because it's obvious now. I need a man that has a lot of money. So you can get in there for a year or two, and then divorce him for no fucking reason other than, well, I want half of his money. Excellent. No guy's taking that. Hell no. We got crazy bitches out there, man. 500 pounds. Talking about how they're a 10 because they feel like it. Some transgender shit or whatever. And I need a man that's 6'3" with rock hard 6-pack abs that makes $300,000-$400,000 a year. Because I deserve it. I didn't blow up to 500 pounds for nothing. And it's like, bitch, nobody wants you. Nobody. Guys that like fat bitches, they're the ones that want you. The guys that you're talking about, they don't want you for anything. And those people are not going to have their genetics in the pool. And the dummies will fade away. Because the only people that are still having kids are the people in the suburban areas. Right? People in the slums, they're having a lot of kids too. Because all there is to do is sit around all day and fuck and have kids. So they're having a lot of kids. And those kids, every once in a while, they buckle down and they get the fuck out of that shit. And then they go suburban. And you know what happens next? More suburban people having kids. Living normal fucking lives. Just want to be left the fuck alone. Not wanting to deal with crazy bitches. And the ideology that leads to I don't want a wife. I don't want a girlfriend. I don't want kids. Because all it is a stupid bet. I bet you $1 million that Logan Paul will do something stupid again within the next 10 years. Who's taking that bet? $1 million? That he's going to not do something stupid the next decade? Who's taking that bet? Nobody. Nobody's taking that bet. It's a stupid fucking bet. Obviously, he's going to come up with a new crypto scam within the next couple of months. To be fair, he won't come up with a crypto scam ever again. He doesn't do that sort of thing. He's cool with that. It's going to be an NFT scam. Bringing it back. Look, you are betting everything that you could be worth on the chance that you might wake up some morning and realize that you married a bitch from hell. And you're going to either suffer the rest of your existence living with a Cenobite from the fucking Hellgate box. Or you're going to pay half of everything you got, if not more, just to get away. Who's making that bet these days? I used to laugh about it. I mean, like, this, I've been talking about this shit. Dude, this was my idea. I said this years ago. All we need is for men to just stop fucking bitches. If men stop hooking up with women, stop approaching women, stop hitting on women, just don't want anything to do with women, if men become like me, one of two things will happen. Things will naturally correct, or we'll die off as a species. And to my amazement, that seems to be happening. Guys aren't approaching women. Women are bitching about it. Singles night. Be 5 weird, awkward dudes and 50 women. All fighting over who can reject the weird, awkward dude, like, the most creative way. Won't even give you a chance unless you're over 6 foot. There's a height requirement now to get pussy. Y'all think you're a fucking roller coaster ride, man. No, you're not. Actually, no, fuck that, you are. And that's part of the problem. Because the roller coaster's fun for a while. And then you get off. And you go, that was fun for a while. If you want to live the life of, well, I'm a roller coaster, you never know what you're going to get when you're riding the whirlwind. Dudes ain't buying tickets for that. Not for life. Not for 10 years and then a 6-year-long divorce where you come out of it with a 1-bedroom shitty apartment that you rent for like $500 a month and you're in the slummy slums driving a $1,000 car to and from your job where you still make $200,000 a year. It's just now 150 of it is alimony. Nobody wants to make that bet. And there you go. And now the turns have tabled. And women are starting to now make videos. Enough that I'm seeing compilations that are like 3 and 4 months old of women making TikToks lambasting the hoes. All these hoes just destroying dating. All these hoes fucking up everything. All these hoes making these men feel like if you even smile at a girl, you're going to get arrested. And I'm like, holy shit, that's a quick turnaround. I mean, you gotta figure, all this shit kind of started around the same time. This crazy shit with women, transgender shit, the super hyper communist socialist shit. And people are out, like, they're done with all this stuff. And we figured out, no, fuck the transgender shit. Before we figured out, no, fuck these bitches. Fuck these hoes, man. Like, no. We're tired of the hoes. It took longer to get tired of hoes than it took to get tired of transgender people. Wild. Fucking wild. But hey, I guess we had to figure out what a woman was first to figure out about these hoes. But here's the thing, man. Here's the trick of it. Don't buckle. This is like that time when you're in a fight with your girlfriend and she just starts crying and you know that she's not really that upset. She just wants to win the argument, and so she just starts crying. And you're like, alright, fine, whatever, I'm sorry. Just to get her to shut the fuck up for a while. Don't buckle. Don't let up. We need to make it the other way around. Right? Because realistically, we don't really need each other anymore. I'm 46 years old. I've been alone for the bulk of my life. I've lived with girls for like 2 years total of my 46 years. And I'm doing fine. I make enough money that I can live in a pretty decent place. I got a pretty nice car that very soon will be mine. And I got enough money to blow on fucking magic cards all the time. And video games and shit. Because I ain't got no bitch to eat up all my cash. Don't have no kid to spend money on. But when I did have a kid to spend money on, I spent like $800 on Christmas. Because I thought that was cool. And that's around about usually what I spend on myself on Christmas. You know what I mean? So, I don't know what to tell you. It is lonely though, man. It sounds like I live a blessed life. It's not. It's lonely from time to time. And then I think about what it was like to be in relationships and I go, no, this is more fun. And then I forget about it. But I'm a special type of guy. You just gotta find the nice bitches. They're all in the suburbs. All of them are in the suburbs. You don't want to go to the slums because then you get in street hoes. Right? And you don't want to get too fucking up because then you get the retarded bitches that are just so out there with what they will accept that you will never, ever get with them for longer than a night. Let's be fair. Because they're all trying to crank up those numbers. Because a real man would accept you no matter what. I guess I'm not a real man. Nah, fuck that. Like, if you got standards, I think I'm allowed to have them too. And I'm not chasing street hoes. And a lot of guys are with me. So, you know, that behavior I think will die off. But don't give in. Don't give in. We don't need each other. A man can go out and get a job, make enough money to live. A woman can go out and get a job, make enough money to live. We don't need each other. Except when you need to open a jar. When you need to get your oil changed. When you need to fill up the car with gas. When you need to do all sorts of things, one side of us does tend to need the other from time to time. So, now that anybody can just go out and earn their way, it's going to have to turn from a need to a want. And men, we don't have to want them in our lives. We can get on just fine, just hanging out with each other, having a grand old time. They can't do that. Because they all hate each other. And they all try to cut each other down. So they need us to have a normal human being to talk to. They do need us. We just want them. And that's where we need to get in society. Once we get there, once it's the women that approach the men, when it has to be where bitches now have to be the hunter and men decide to be the prey, that is when we will get course correction that will lead us down a good road. So stay the course, men. Stay the course. Continue to go your own way. Continue to be MGTOW. And hopefully in another 2 or 3 generations, we might fix the whole world. We just gotta rein in the bitches.